So the first quote that we've chosen is in the very beginning of the book. It's on page 3, and it is Red saying, "As I believe I have said, everyone in prison is an innocent man." And he says this because he's talking about how Andy claims to be innocent, but in prison, everyone else claims to be innocent too. So this doesn't mean literally what it says on the lines, that everyone is an innocent man, because obviously almost everyone in there did do their actual crime, which we find out later that Andy most likely didn't do, or that he didn't do. So it doesn't mean what it actually says, that everyone is innocent. It just means that everyone claims to be innocent, and people, even though they don't believe it, they don't really question it, the other prisoners. So it's just kind of an unwritten rule in prison, you could say, that you don't ask people about their crime unless they're telling you, and if people say they're innocent, just kind of nod and smile, and people are innocent even though you know that they're not. The next quote is on page 77, and it is, "Prison is a goddamn boring place, and the chance of being surprised by an unscheduled inspection in the middle of the night while he had his poster unstuck probably added some spice to his life during the early years." So for some context, this quote is when Red is talking about Andy's escape and is trying to figure out how he did it, and like how he did each different step and his thought process behind it. So here he's talking about how while Andy was digging the hole to get through the wall, he had all these posters of different girls, which also the Rita Hayworth poster which started all of it. He had those posters up in front of the hole during the entire time he was not digging it, but Red is talking about how there was a really big risk of the guards coming into his cell for a surprise inspection while the poster was off, like while he was digging, and if that happened, it would have very big consequences for Andy. And Red is trying to justify why he took such a big risk, and one of the reasons, obviously because he could try to escape and he wanted to escape, but one of the reasons also being that prison life was so boring and was just so draining and nothing happened. So actually having a little bit of like a risk and doing something a little bit dangerous that could like keep you a bit alive and keep that feeling of feeling alive was actually maybe a good thing, and that could be one of the reasons why Andy took that really big risk.
And the third quote is, "Prison time is slow time. Sometimes you'd swear it's stop time, but it passes. It passes." And that's from page 37. This quote reflects on how time is perceived inside of prison. Life in prison is full of routines, and when you're doing the exact same routines each and every day, life inside of the prison can become extremely boring, and even to the point where you'd swear that time isn't even passing. And when you are doing the exact same routines each and every day, the inmates feels like they are experiencing the same day over and over, and that's why they are feeling that time isn't even passing. And the fourth quote is, "That's what a whole life in prison does for you, young man. It turns everybody in a position of authority into a master, and you into every master's dog." And that quote is from page 84. This quote addresses the power dynamics between the inmates and the staff, guards, and even Warden Norton. It also puts into perspective how prison can diminish a person's dignity. It also explains how prison can strip away a person's individuality regarding control of their own lives, which in fact makes them a dog to the authorities.